In this cheat code, we're going to look at link events. So we're going to look at setting alerts for link activity, link persistency, the detection of SYN packets, and link availability. Now, all four of these commands are kind of interrelated. They're all very, very similar. So we're going to demonstrate all of them in one hit. Let's go. Right, so I'm here on my Guardian desktop, and to look at the link events, you need to go to Network and Links. And I've already got selected here, using the filters, I've selected a link between my SCADA PC at 50.35 and one of my PLCs at 50.60. You can make all of these changes within the GUI. By selecting the Configure Link icon, this window pops up, and all you need to do is check the boxes for the alarms or alerts that you need to raise. And for the last two, make sure you enter values for the times here. When you hit save, these alerts become active. Why is it important to understand it from a CLI point of view, command line interface point of view? Maybe you need to enable, disable, or modify these features through the API perhaps, or from a third-party integration. And that's why we're going to look at it that way. Let's take a look at the CLI. From the links page, I go admin CLI. For our first command, we'll set a 5-second activity check on this link. So you can see the command here, VI, we're changing the virtual image, looking at a link between two IP addresses, the SCADA PC and the PLC. We need to know the protocol in use, so we're identifying that as Ethernet IP. The function we're using is check. You'll see there, :check, last activity, and the 5 at the end indicates 5 seconds. We hit enter, success message, that alert is now configured. Our second command is much the same. The change is, instead of having :check last activity, this time we're using :is persistent and then true or false. We hit enter, we have a success message. For our third command, again, very, very similar. The only thing that changes is the function at the end. And this time we're using : alert on SYN and true. There's our success message. Our final command is looking at tracking link availability. So we change the last part of the command to : track availability, and then we enter a number of seconds for the alert to trigger from. We'll use 5 again. And that's successful as well. So I've changed to the alert screen, and I've got the live toggle switched on. And now what I'll do is I'll run out and unplug the PLC in the lab. So you can see here, the first alert we've got is the net inactive protocol alert. This is saying that the link has been inactive for more than 5 seconds. So now I'll go and plug the PLC back in again. Okay, so now we've got the full set of alerts have come up. So starting at the bottom, we can see the alert we mentioned before, where the link's been inactive for more than 5 seconds. Then after we reconnected the PLC, the first one to come up was the TCP SYN detection, which is the second alert from the bottom. Then we have a link reconnection, so a link that had been marked as persistent has had a reconnection as it's come back up. And finally at the top, we're now saying the link is active again. So I'm back in the CLI again because most of these commands can be reversed here at the command line interface. So all we do in the case of the availability tracking is we replace track availability and the time with the command delete, and we get a success message. For the alert on SYN, we simply change true to false. For the is persistent, we change that also to false. And for the check last activity, we replace that command with delete. And it's that simple.